All right, to tell you about how our clients experience our service, let me tell you a quick story. We had a customer contact us about a SharePoint administrator who had given them notice. Our customer was considering various options, and when they contacted managed services, our approach was to meet with him and immediately perform knowledge transfer from that exiting SharePoint administrator. Otherwise, they really wouldn't have been able to do that. They would have been spending their time interviewing. The likelihood of them actually finding a SharePoint administrator, within 2 weeks is very slim. Whereas we were able to capture all that intellectual property and immediately step in without them having any gap in service to their end users. So what we found is that when we were performing that knowledge transfer, the SharePoint administrator had basically presented the farm in such a way that was really different than what we found. We found that the farm was not highly available, it was not load balanced. We were able to share that with the organization so they are aware of the risk. We then remediated that and got it load balanced and eliminated all the single points of failure. So we had this scenario happen where our monitoring system alerted us to the fact that a customer's database was running out of space. It had actually shut down their SharePoint environment. This was around 1 a.m. when this occurred. So our SharePoint administrator was notified of this, immediately responded, fixed the problem, and the customer was just elated because none of this impacted their users. Their users came in at 8 a.m., had no idea that the site had been down the previous night because we were able to proactively fix the issue. One way to think about how we can help your organization is we can free up your SharePoint administrator or system administrator to focus on more critical tasks. We can take upon SharePoint administration and do what we do well. So there's a real opportunity for cost savings with managed services. Many companies actually do not need a full-time administrator. So our service offering can actually scale down to be less than the cost of a full-time SharePoint administrator. So our service level is unique. If you think about with your existing staff, you don't have a service level. You might make a request or your customers might make a request of them. There's really no guarantee about how fast they're going to respond. When you deal with managed services, you get an SLA, and we report against the SLA and provide results of our performance. So one advantage of managed services is we provide you 2 administrators. You get a primary administrator, but in the event that they're sick, on vacation, they're out, you actually have a backup administrator that's just as familiar with the environment and can step in so there's no gap in service. So every week we actually go deep into your SharePoint environment and perform a very deep health check. We actually look at system logs, error logs, we research those, and we try to proactively identify any issue that could become a problem. So we use Microsoft System Center Operations Manager to monitor our customers' environments. SCOM is unique among monitoring products because it contains a management pack that the Microsoft SharePoint product team developed. So it actually knows what to look for within SharePoint as opposed to other monitoring solutions that might just check port 80, TCP ports. This thing actually goes inside of SharePoint, looks at common health issues that the product team that wrote the product knows that we should be checking. And then our team actually responds to those issues. When any of those thresholds fall out of sync, we can respond and get it healthy again. One of the common questions we have is if the customer has to host this monitoring system, and the answer to that is we actually host it, and it's already set up, it's fine-tuned, and it's ready to go. So we provide every customer their own custom extranet where they can log in, submit new incidents, view existing incidents, view our service level performance. They can also review any month-end reports, weekly health checks. It's a way for us to collaborate with our team and their team to collaborate. So a lot of the times when we first have a customer come on board, we actually notice that the system hasn't been patched. It's usually several updates old. So the first thing we do is we actually apply those patches to their test and development environment, validate them, and then we apply them to production after hours and have the customer validate that things are healthy. But that's one thing that we relieve your staff from having to worry about. It's our responsibility to keep SharePoint patched and healthy. We staff highly certified SharePoint consultants who know farm administration and site administration inside and out. And so when they're actually doing operations on your SharePoint environment, they've done it many other times in other environments. This has a significant advantage over a traditional internal administrator who's only had exposure to maybe their environment. And many times they're doing something maybe for the first time, they have to research it, and there's some risk associated with that. So Catapult Managed Services is uniquely qualified to offer customizations. We have 17 years of application development experience, so we can tap our team of over 80 developers to assist with enhancements, customizations, and whatever your SharePoint needs are, we are a one-stop shop. So we do weekly health checks, but we also do a month-end review with each customer. So we go back and review the volume of incidents, we review our service level performance. We also review any open issues, any issues the customer wants to bring to our attention. And so both on a weekly and a monthly basis, we provide rich reports to all of our customers. In our month-end report, we also provide a customer satisfaction, the survey results. So we survey our customers and ask them 3 questions. How are we doing across our responsiveness, our courteousness, and our technical knowledge? And we really do strive on a scale of 1 to 10 to hit 9 or higher every month. We provide multiple ways for you to contact us. Toll-free number, email, custom extranet, but we also have the mechanism of allowing you to contact us via instant messaging. We have Microsoft Link, so if your environment has any kind of instant messaging platform, we can federate, and you could do desktop sharing, you could share and collaborate with our SharePoint administration team. Some of our larger global customers have asked us if we can offer a follow-the-sun support model, and so the answer to that is absolutely. And in that scenario, we actually have a team overseas that as North American support transitions, we have a handoff checklist, and we work with that team to take ownership of any issues, work on them, and as well as it provides overseas branches that our customers have to have same-day service as opposed to waiting for North American support to take over. So in closing, with Catapult Managed Services, we offer you much more value than you can have with a normal full-time administrator. We offer you 2 administrators for the price of 1. We offer you service level, deep monitoring, health checks, reporting. We become part of your team, and we'd love to provide service for you.